Well, g'day and welcome to the shed, where I've just taken delivery of my Rigol model DG1022 signal generator, or arbitrary waveform generator if you want to be fancy. I'm having a little bit of trouble working it out. It came in this plain box without its original packaging. It was just wrapped in bubble wrap and paper. And looking at the invoice, I didn't realise it at the time, but it's not new. I presume it's reconditioned or something. The price was right, so I can't complain about that. It was $250 plus postage. And I was able to download a manual for it. I've hooked up my oscilloscope probe to it. I figured that should be all right. And I've set it up for a 5 kilohertz sine wave. It's on sine. You can go square or whatever you want. Unmodulated at the moment. I just want to see if it's working. And I've hooked that up to my oscilloscope. And there's the problem. What I'm getting out of the oscilloscope is this. This is obviously a sawtooth waveform. This is on 1 volt peak to peak, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 volts peak to peak coming out of it. And it doesn't seem to matter how I set up the signal generator, that's what I get out of it. So if I go view, that should show me the waveform that I'm getting out of it. And yep, it's 5 kilohertz at 2 volts peak to peak. And that's what should be coming out of it. That's what is coming out of it. And it doesn't seem to matter what I do to this. If I go, say, frequency, if I set that to, say, 2 kilohertz, okay. If I view that, I should have 2 kilohertz, 2 volts peak to peak. If I go amplitude, okay, 2 volts. I'll make it 3. I'll make it 3 volts peak to peak, say. 3 volts peak to peak. What's that say? 1.5 volts. Three volts. High level, 3 volts sine. I don't know what it's doing to me now. Low level. .00000 kilohertz. Channel 1 output. Doesn't seem to matter what I set it to. I just get this sawtooth waveform out of it. Now, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. It's got me beat. So in desperation, I decided to try channel 2, and I'm taking this out of there and putting it on channel 2, output channel 2. Okay, so sine wave, 2 kilohertz, channel 2 ramp off, frequency 2 kilohertz. Sine, what's this high level? I don't know, 3 volts peak to peak. I'll view it, that's what we should be getting. 2 kilohertz, 3 volts, minus 1.5 volts. Okay. In any case, looking at the scope, that seems to be what we're getting. It's a sine wave. We're on 1 volt, so that's 1. Just get the position somewhere where I can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4 volts from top to bottom. 3 to minus 1.5. Oh, yeah, it's about 4. So that's about 4.5 volts total. I don't know how to get back to the original settings where I just get a normal centered sine wave. I'll try that again. But if I increase the frequency 2 megahertz, if I increase it, yep, good, it's going up. It's doing pretty much what I would want it to do. If I introduce some modulation, okay, so we've got modulation. I don't want 100%, say 30%. 30% sine at 100 hertz, yeah, that'll do. And we seem to be getting there, look, we just, yep, that looks like 100 hertz, probably. If I increase that to 500 hertz, yep. So it's doing what it should do on channel 2. Channel 1, I just get that sawtooth waveform. So I'm not sure whether I bought a dud unit or if I'm doing something wrong. Perhaps someone can tell me. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching this little video, and hoping I can get some help with this.